That's right. Eli, how are you?
Hello,
Very
Eli.
well, actually. Very well. I'm feeling great, even though it's a bit dreary today and cool.
You are in London now?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, there's something not right. The weather's been good in London. What's going on there? It's really free. We actually got constant sun for 4 weeks. That's
Oh, really?
that's
Oh,
a
okay.
record for London.
That's
Trust
strange,
me.
but not for this time of year. I think it's okay to be the good weather in London. No, July, August.
No,
Really?
summers are up and down. So even though on record, yeah, we get some hot days. So we may get 3 good hot days, and then 5 days of rubbish, and it's cloudy. So it's up and down. Trust me, it's not like
now we have sun for a week or so.
yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm happy. But anyway, can you not see I've got a tan?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
That's how much sun I got. I've got a tan.
Me too.
Getting reddish.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, hi Mohammed.
Hello everyone.
How are you?
How are you guys?
Yeah.
Hello.
Very
Hello Bo. Hello everyone.
Yeah. We are here to learn.
Yes. I see you guys are having fun.
Yes, definitely.
That's a good start. I'm gonna share my screen and we start on our little session, and then we can catch up on the weather and in London.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed the very nice summer in Dartford a few years back. It was hot for 7 days in a row. It was good for 7 days in a row.
7 days. Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Maybe Dartford or Gravesend and onwards. Maybe they consider they're in Kent. Is that Kent is supposed to have a bit of a better weather, Eli?
Yeah. No, it all depends where you are. But I don't know. You know, typical British people. We complain when it's the winter, and we go, "Oh, it's too cold." You know, I want the heat, and then the heat comes, and they complain about the heat. So I'm forever saying to them, "Why are you complaining? It's hot." Yeah, it's too hot. But you were complaining just a few weeks ago that it was cold. Yeah, I know.
It's okay when it's hot. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. But that's I think human.
Eli, people are the same everywhere. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't include me. Heat, and more heat. That's just what I need.
That's where Bo is. Philippines,
Same
nice
here.
weather the whole year.
No, the weather now is getting rainier, so we're in the rainy season, and
Monsoon.
yeah, it's the monsoon season now, and
yes.
it'll definitely last until like January or something.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the issue in Southeast Asia is the floods with the monsoon.
Oh yeah. Last week, I think 2 weeks ago, Japan was hit hard, and definitely parts of the Philippines already is affected. But yeah, everything goes like we hope so.
Crazy.
Yes. Okay, I see Keval. Keval also joined.
Hello, Keval.
Yes, we have Tayo. I saw Tayo commenting as well. So welcome everyone. I don't know if Wouter is here or anyone new. Hey Keval. So today,
hello everyone.
Hi Keval. Hi Tayo.
Hey.
Today it's more of a catch up, and we have some news. We want to bring you up to speed, and I think Eli, especially for your questions that you had in our little chats on WhatsApp. So I got a bit of an answer, and also for the community. So let's start with some updates and intro, particularly about the commands that some of you are waiting for to finish some of your projects. And these are the 3 main commands that we are finishing the last fixes. The first one is especially for all of us, because we all want to enrich our entries from URLs and catch the contact page, the Impressum page, and the emails and social media. So now we are dealing well with the problematic website that crashed RTILA. So now we're having a bit of last challenges with the false positive, where actually a good website is qualified as error, but actually it's a good website. So we're fine-tuning that so that we don't misplace or misqualify websites that actually were good and had content. So hopefully once we finish this, we're gonna update it and release it to you guys. so that we can start enrichment. And Kevad also, one thing that we kind of discussed again, we discussed this last week on how to add the Upsert, so that if an entry exists in directors, instead of creating a second entry, which is the problem we have the last problem we have for you, Tanel. We're creating people, but then we're creating 2 times the same people in the same company because they are director and they are shareholder. So we're working out, it's a bit complicated, but we're getting it fixed so that now we will only update, we will create the person that is related to the company, and we will not create a second same person, we will just add the new role. So we will have 2 lines for the role for 1 person related to 1 company. So that will also help us finalize for you as well, Bozidar. When we are linking the
But it's also, it goes to many, yeah, because it's not only the role,
that's right,
the new one, but he can be also in different companies, different roles. So it's
exactly, yes. And then we will have the both perspective view. We will have the view from the company where we see all the people who have a role in that company, but also inside the person file, we will see all the companies where they play a role. So on your back end, you will be able to navigate the relationship from both perspective. And even you can start to sell access to this to your business clients, because the business clients, maybe they don't need a beautiful interface, they just need to filter and then export. So that could be already ready for a first level of monetization. Or you can even just export the CSV files. So like for Alan, we were discussing that maybe he can just filter his initial database for a specific segment and then export the CSV and sell the CSV. So we're getting there. These are the last fixes. And also with the Bozidar case, we had an interesting situation where we have the people information, but the name are in images, or sometimes the email is in an image to protect from swapping.
Yes, right, yeah.
So we're working on the, we have an OCR command, but it's not working with the non-English languages because of the special characters. So it's taking a bit of time. We need to reload the whole library, and then it will support Slovenian, French, German with the umlauts, and then it can be used safely in images, and then we can grab images and get the text out of it. So these are the 3 main commands or templates that are slowing down some of your deliveries, guys. So I just wanted to update you on this, but it's also commands that are very useful and powerful for all of us. So it will bring us all together in terms of readiness. So hopefully this for early next week, it will be settled and we can move and we can finalize the first data sets for you guys. So this brings us to the next point, unless there's questions here. And again, Eli, your kind assistance is always required if you see something.
No, nothing at the moment. Does anybody got a question with what they see on the screen?
Okay, I think we're good. So let's talk about some of, finally, some good news. We've been suffering these last few weeks with the bugs and the Chrome. And by the way, still our team is like taking 80%, 70% on the next update of RTILA. That is still kind of disturbing us a little bit, but hopefully we are about to crack through and we will release a major update of RTILA, especially for Mac OS, the 2 versions, and also Windows and Linux. So bear with us, a new version of RTILA is coming with a lot of fixes. Okay, let's look at the second slide, the next slide. So the next slide, and sorry, my face is big there, but this is done by Middlesex University. I attended a couple of events there and they did some photos. So finally, our course is live on the Middlesex University catalog of they call them short courses for professionals. So it's a specific series for, not for students yet, not for the academic world, but for business professionals like managers, business owners, CTOs, CEOs, on how, and the title that we came around together with Middlesex University team was how to do applied AI automation for enhanced business efficiency and competitiveness. We thought that this is talking more to business people instead of just AI and automation. And you can see that for the workshop and the hands-on exercises, they will be on RTILA, and some will win an RTILA license because some of the people here in Mauritius that will attend the course physically in the campus, they don't have yet RTILA like you guys, or even some of you who want to participate, you can win an upgrade. And what we've been negotiating, Eli, is can we accept distant learners, especially our community, our AI automation community. And finally, Middlesex University, they were kind enough to open this for online participation. And also they were kind enough to give to our master agents a 50% discount on the normal price of the course. So this is a 6 weeks course, 1 day per week. And here it is at 1,000 euros, so maybe about $1,100 or $1,200. But for those of you who want to attend and get the certificate, so the certificate, it will be co-signed by RTILA and Middlesex University. It is not yet a certificate of competency, or how you call it for academic world, but it's a certificate of completion of the course. And I think that's a good start, and we're working with Middlesex to improve the certification part. But this took already 1 year of work, guys. So we're finally getting at the 1 year of hard work, and some of us can benefit from this. And of course, along the way, we will also try to get some additional benefits coming your way, guys. But if you have, maybe for the questions for the course, I have a second slide, and then we can take some questions. And also remind me, Eli, to talk about our plan to have the TOT version, training of trainer, for master agents, because it's part of your package and benefits for you guys. So I will try to remember with your help. So this leads us to kind of a different schedule on how we're going to finish the year together. So right now we spent almost 7-8 months on doing the scrap end, back end building and creating our first data sets. And that's a slow and painful journey, because we are doing trial and error, and we're discovering new websites. And also we are all discovering and building on top of directors and improving our RTILA, CSV and directors commands. But because now we have also the Middlesex course, and I will not be able to do both at the same time. And both of them are probably may fall on the same day. So we're gonna have for you guys, when we start the first batch of the course with Middlesex, which is supposed to be tentatively the 1st of July, the starting date. And we will soon get the discount code for you guys if you want to register directly on Middlesex University website. So if it starts the 1st of July, August, that's good. If not, maybe it will start on the 11th of August. And then we will move our resources to conduct the Middlesex course, Middlesex University course, for 6 weeks. With those of you who want to attend, those who want to attend live and get the certificate, you need to pay. Those who don't want to pay, you will still be able to watch the courses for free. So please don't worry. And then once we do those 6 weeks with Middlesex University, we will come back with the first cohort. So this line here is the cohort 1 of AIA program, which is you guys. You are the first cohort. Then we will jump back for the end of the year, the last quarter, to actually work on the front end and monetization part of your setup. So we will finish around August the dataset and the enrichment with AI and social media. And then we'll jump into the Middlesex University course, and then we will jump back to our program together to finish the year with our weekly sessions, but focus on front end marketing and monetization. That's the plan for the AI automation cohort number 1. And then we have also the idea is that as we have gained knowledge and experience and improved our tools, we will convert most of the AI program into a full e-learning, self-paced learning. So RTILA, so for example, Eli, when you were saying that you want to do it in a short time you can go fast. Unfortunately, we cannot do it for the first Middlesex on-campus plus live attendance. But after that, we will have enough content to activate the first 2 halves of the learning, that is full e-learning, so that newcomers can actually do the e-learning and then participate on the next Middlesex course and certification if they want to get the certification, which will be in Q4. So this will help us slowly to release a little bit of our time, and then we can propose more readily available material, more readily self-paced, self-learning opportunities. and then we can spend more time on actually debugging and delivering, because right now it has been quite difficult, and we've been slow, and I know you're very patient, but we are all making a slow but assured progress. So this is the plan. I hope it makes sense. I hope you can see some value. And your questions are welcome. And before I forget, Eli, to remind myself, I see your face is already a reminder. That's already, thank you. TOT, what we call training of trainers. So in 2026, when we finish this full cycle of experience with our learning program, and Tanel, I think this will be very interesting for you. Not only you guys can be certified that you know the knowledge, but we will open a new program which will be like next level on how you become a trainer, so that you can run these trainers on physical campuses around your city. So Eli, you could run this in Middlesex or Essex or in London, either in your own training room, or if possibly we will work hard with Middlesex to also run this on their London campus. So that's the TOT. We will work on it beginning of 2026. And all master agents will become officially the local trainer and training center for this program, basically.
Do you know what? It's funny you said that, because for the last few weeks, when you brought this up, I was thinking, right, I want to get involved with the Middlesex in London, and I'd like to get my hands dirty. And voila.
Yes. Yeah, no, definitely. I think that would be a fantastic opportunity to meet there and join together and do like a launch, and
Yeah.
then you carry the program, and also like as we go, RTILA knowledge is just like the common knowledge for all of us and for our next students and our next entrepreneurs. But then you guys can come up, because for master agents, we will also give you the editable content so that you can edit the content and adapt it to an industry. So let's say, Eli, you can say, yes, AI and automation for web marketing. Bozidar, you can say AI and automation for health practitioner. Or Tanel, you could do AI and automation for construction companies. I'm just bringing up different subjects, because then your expertise in that industry becomes a fantastic added value on top of the base knowledge. That's our vision. That's how we see it, and hopefully we can all of us build this together. And maybe at the beginning we will not make so much money, because it will be all like we're doing today, one-on-one on campuses. But once we have maturity and we kick off the e-learning side of it, where we can onboard thousands and thousands of learners, and then we will have a share profit on that volume. And I think that's where all of us, we can start to make some interesting income while providing value to the market. So bear with us, it's coming up, but we're really happy. We've been honored by Middlesex University. They've been very interested and very supportive. It's not that easy to go through all these qualifications. They were academic qualifications, and then there were government qualifications here in Mauritius. And just for your information, for you guys in your own country, you may have something similar that what we have been approved for in Mauritius. In Mauritius, there is this institution called MQA, Mauritius Quality Authority, that validates courses in the public sector and the private sector. So any learning institution needs to get their courses validated by this public entity to make sure that learning is matching the skills and so on. So we got that certification, and that certification opens access to what is called HDRC, human development, something where the government, from the employment taxes that we pay, our employees and our companies, we pay employment taxes. Some governments, they take back some money from that employment tax and give it back to company to train their staff, to increase their skills. So in Mauritius, AI and automation trainings or AI related trainings are refunded by the government up to 90% of the amount. So this is a huge boost for locally selling this course. So I know that in the US, you get tax credits in certain states, or even at the federal level. If you spend money on learning or teaching your staff an approved program, you can get some tax credits. In France, there is also a refund between 50 and 75%, sometimes 100% of training modules. So that's why we started with professional certifications or professional training, because the professional training talk first to enterprise people, and also they often are backed by fiscal incentives or financial incentives behind. So I think I covered all the aspects of of the updates that we wanted to share with you about this training. So let's take questions, and please don't be shy. And also please remember that as a master agent and as an agent, you're gearing this as well. So you're steering this with us. So your feedback, what you see as an opportunity that we may have missed, or maybe something that is going in the wrong way, we're happy to listen to you and have it factored in the equation. Let's see. Please don't be shy. Is there anything in the chat? So far, so good.
Just a question.
Yes, Daniel, please.
You said right now it's like professional training with the Middlesex University, but when you plan to have academic one, sort of like acknowledged?
Yes, so that I think we will work on it on 2026. We will work on so that's a little bit more difficult because universities, they already have programs that they've been running for years. So the validation process takes a longer time. So already for the professional course, it took almost a year to get approval internally. But definitely, Tanel, we will be working on that for bachelor and master degrees to have an academic course on AI and automation, again in partnership with RTILA and Middlesex University, but also some other potential universities. I don't know, Ryan, are you live? Are you on the call, Ryan? I can't see.
Yes, I sure am.
Yes, Ryan. So for example, you also you're a speaker and you did a lot of events and also you gave courses in a couple of universities in Michigan. You know, you could kind of say this is what we're doing with RTILA with Middlesex University in Mauritius. Is there something we can do with a university where you were giving courses, Ryan, yourself? So we're happy to study that and make a partnership somewhere else with other institution partners.
Yeah, we should talk offline about that and see. I'd like to learn more about the process and maybe compare what it looks like over in Mauritius versus the US. So
yeah, and we can work on that. We're happy to work on that with you guys. Tanel, yes. Yeah. Does it answer your question?
Yeah, it does. But another question is that right now you said it's the Middlesex University in Mauritius, but is it also acknowledged in UK, like this professional training, or why is it just in Mauritius or not UK or Europe or?
Yes, so for professional courses, they have more freedom to decide locally. And then sometimes a course that started so they have campuses in London, Dubai, Mauritius, and I'm forgetting another one. So sometimes a course will start in Dubai and then will propagate to London and Mauritius. Sometimes it starts in London. Most of the content starts in London for the academic side. So there is this movement of knowledge. So for us, it was easy, Tanel, because I'm physically here. So I was able to, attend meetings and go and answer questions. So this is definitely something that would have been harder if it was purely online, especially when it's a first relationship with an institution like Middlesex. It's quite a large education provider, and they have a good reputation. So that's the door that we find open, Tanel. But definitely there is potential to extend this to the international campuses.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
yeah, I can chime in. I'm not sure about on your end, but it sounds similar. It's not a small thing to get a course approved by a university. That's a labor of love over a period of time with a lot of work and credibility. So it's outstanding that you got it approved, and it's not expected to be in a lot of countries all at once. The fact that you got a starting point with an accredited university is fantastic. So congrats.
Yeah, we're very happy, Ryan, and thank you for your support. And you're right. And we will be also, we may want to go through a learning phase, running the program locally and improving the material, improving the certifications, the exams, because there is, we haven't yet worked on the certification part, because then you need a more elaborated testing, how you call it, testing of skills. So that also takes time and takes a lot of meetings. But definitely this is, I think, valuable for you guys. You know, we are in a world of internationalization, borderless. So something that is approved by Middlesex University, Mauritius, and sometimes they don't even use the location. Sometimes they just say Middlesex University. But I think there is a double qualification right in here that is interesting. That is a good for us to leverage when we go into your localities. And I think, Zach, you joined. So for example, for you, Zach, in Atlanta, that could be also useful, is that we are proving two things. We are proving that one, this program can work with a recognized educational entity. And second, it can be also recognized by fiscal and government and public schemes about professional learnings. And there's plenty of these schemes in Germany, I know in Western Europe, where I'm familiar with the situation. So these are two avenues that we can work on together about this course. So I talked a lot, and of course we will have some more news. We will send you an email as soon as enrollment. So enrollment already started. We already got some local students and participants enrolled here, but also we're waiting for the discount code for the registration for you guys. As soon as it's available, we'll send you an emailing with your dedicated discount code for those who wants to participate. And for those who just joined, Zach, I saw you just joined. The course is at €1,000, but we managed to get a 50% discount for our master agents. That's if you want to get the certificate of completion. Otherwise, anybody can follow the videos once we release them. So it has two levels to it, free or paid for those who want. Let's check a round of chat. If you see anything, please, Eli.
No, there's nothing at all. It seems that you explain things impeccably.
Yes, I'm always afraid of absence of questions because it can be impeccable or impeccable disaster as well. One of them. Okay, I hope it's useful, and we can come back to it if you need more information. So let's look at the second one, which is also kind of teasing a little bit and starting our work on the monetization side and the premium resources that you guys can create as well. So some of the commands and templates that will be in this WordPress suite have been made by Zach and will be available for purchase, and maybe with a special discount for you guys. And we are also pushing some other premium materials. So we've been revamping our commands for WordPress, and we have enough custom commands and templates to officially launch what we call a specific software suite, where it's a full suite of commands and templates specifically for WordPress. And we have also enough now commands and templates for directors. So we're going to also release a directors suite. So what is a suite? A suite is like an aggregation of custom commands, templates, e-learning courses, and premium resources on a specific software or specific solution. So WordPress directors are the first two. After that, we're going to do WooCommerce and Shopify. And anything that, and Go High Level. We may do Go High Level before because Zach also has a few automations for Go High Level, and we've done also about two automations for Go High Level coming in. So we may have enough, maybe 8 resources for Go High Level to launch the Go High Level suite, automations, AI automation suite. So here also we want to take your feedback. If there is any system or any solution that you see more urgent than others, please let us know, and then we will prioritize it as we go. This will be released in the next couple of days. The WordPress suite. We're working on the last details, pricing, and graphic marketing material. Eli, do you use WordPress?
Yeah, I know for customers. Customers are still using them, so WordPress is always handy to use for sure.
Yes,
So
And to do a gateway to why we chose to go with WordPress first is because we can make use of our directors PostgreSQL database and display the content and cache it in a WordPress website with the plugin called GetWP API, which will be able to pull vectorial data, binary data from the PostgreSQL database, because WordPress is nice, but it has zero binary and zero vectorial databases. So now we will be like the first to offer vectorial binary content in a WordPress environment, WordPress WooCommerce environment with this approach. So that will be very useful. We call it WordPress Enterprise or WordPress Vector Mode or WooCommerce Vector, whichever way you guys want to sell it. I think it will be a nice offering. And also here, Eli, if you're familiar with the custom fields plugin of WordPress, which allows us to create custom fields and custom types like we are doing in Directors to match the schema. So we already developed two advanced custom fields ACF API integration so that we can push data to a custom field and pull data from a custom field so that we can enrich those custom fields via RTILA API.
Yeah, I like the idea of the suites. It's far more powerful than I think that people here really believe. For instance, you gathered your data, your customer comes to you and wants specific data, and they want to show it to sell that data. Let's say, for instance, they're doing some e-commerce information, but that's quite unique what you're gathering. And obviously, if WooCommerce could be one of the things that they directly patch into after you've helped them do that. And it makes life so much easier for them, where it's just a click of a button, everything shows up in the WooCommerce website or any other specific, how can I say, like WordPress or any other medium that you could use. So it's another way of connecting and making things seamless for your customers. So instead of just using the raw data and having it there, but it's actually functional, where it actually can sit into a website in real time, showing up as it needs to, if that makes sense.
No, definitely. And this is, of course, already possible with Zapier or Make or other tools, but you have to pay per query. But if you move to using the WordPress suite, once you pay once for those premium, you have unlimited queries at no cost. So it will be also a bit of a cost relief for those who have massive content going through many WordPress websites. So that will be the main difference.
Yeah, and especially when you're punching into WordPress. I mean, there's so many different, on the front end, there's so many different templates and themes and whatever to show your information in a pretty way. So all that work is already done. You've already done the hard stuff with the back end and showing your customer you can make their life easier by taking a template that works for them, or a custom template, whatever it may be, and it goes from one section to another, the back end of, you know, what we're using, and then connect straight into whatever you need to show in a nice, pretty way, which WordPress really does. It has such a huge ecosystem of being supported. You can't go wrong when you're putting the two together. The possibilities are endless.
Exactly. And also, we're not locked. So what I like about this setup is that we can use the same directors PostgreSQL database and pull different sections of our dataset in different WordPress website, or even we push it to a Shopify website or to a Chrome extension that we showed you at the beginning. So now if we suffer like we did and we build an independent, good structured database and backend, then we can monetize it through different windows for the front end. It can be a mobile app as well. Mobile apps work very well and very fast with PostgreSQL.
Totally.
Yeah, and we're also looking at Flutter integration to develop mobile apps for Android and OS, and also desktop apps. So as we progress with the program, we will start to open some more ideas for you guys. But also I saw a small comment quickly from Tayo. Tayo was saying not urgent, but I think Shopify is needed. So yes, definitely Shopify. But so far, we started with where we got the most demand. The most demand was WordPress WooCommerce. The second most demand is GHL, Go High Level. So that's why we are working on these two first as a high priority. But definitely Shopify is a big, huge market. And also Shopify website owners, they spend more on expensive plugins because almost all the good plugins are monthly subscriptions, and it's a pain in the back.
Yeah.
For Shopify users. So we will get to there for you guys, so that becomes a monetization opportunity for you guys to sell automations for Shopify.
Yeah, and the great thing is, because the way we're using our system and setting it up, because most things are free or next to nothing, we're in a really great position where we can bring down the costs to the user, beat the competition while still making good profit, because of the way this system is set up, where everything is done where we don't have to go to paid APIs, etc. So
Yes.
what Mohammed has done with this system, he's always talking about, we've done it this way so you don't have to pay for it. We've done it this way so you don't have to pay for it. So it accumulates to next to nothing. So then you're in a position where you're ahead of the curve from that point of view, and you can always beat your competition.
Exactly, and for example, for premium resources developed by the community, like Zach, for example, if you want to come up, maybe you can quickly present your automation. But what we discussed with Zach is that it could be like a yearly subscription for those premium, so that you pay for the whole year and you can use it unlimited. So it will be accessible, like you said, Eli, and yet, yes. So Zach is saying between $5 to $10 a year. And then we can go with volume, so that we keep it cheap and no payment per query, unlimited queries, just maybe $9 a year for Zach's templates and premium tools. So then hopefully, if you guys can create more and more free and premium content and list it in the marketplace, then all our little tools, they will attract different people, and then it's like a shopping center. They come for Zach thing, and then they put in the cart the extension from Eli or this dataset from Tunnel, and then they pay $30, and then we share it among all of us.
Yeah, and even some of the free ones will have benefits. So if it helps you to gather an email list from people that could be customers on something else, that's value.
Oh yeah, it's a huge value. You're right. Yeah, you can use how you call it, as a magnet, as a lead magnet, Zach. You can use a free
Correct.
automation as a lead magnet, and then do upsells. Yeah, that's a very good technique. Do you have some free versions, Zach, in the first premium resources you built?
I don't believe we've
Maybe
created it that way, but
maybe we
I
can.
think what we,
Yes, please go ahead.
yeah, I was just going to say we may be able to do that with one of them. So that's a good thought.
Yeah, let's look at it maybe over the weekend or early next week. Maybe we can create a variant that does a little bit less, but still provides value for free, just so that people can also experiment with it.
That's a good idea.
Cool. So hopefully we can make progress on that. And Zach, thank you for your ultimate patience on this. We're getting there.
Yeah. Well, you're creating or you have created a superior product, and it takes time to be the best. So that's okay.
Yes, hopefully soon we have enough cash flow, maybe even some initial investment to grow the team, and then we can be less delayed and less slow. But yes, we've been slow, but I think we're building something that will be powerful for all of us. Thanks, Zach.
That's great.
Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Thank you again. Eli, anything in the chat, please?
No, nothing at all. Zach has taken up the chat, talking too much. Zach, less of the talking, please.
Yes. That's his domain now then.
I just want to ask something, actually. Now, we spoke long ago about, when we're trying to find the fields. So when we're using your software, and you remember we went through the situation where we was looking for fields, and sometimes it was, but you said that you're going to work on it where it'll be one-click process almost.
Yes.
So it's faster for us to find the fields that we need on a page before we start scraping. Have you got to that stage yet? How far are you?
Yes. So I think we are 50% through that command. So that command, maybe I can just give you a highlight. We're going to use an NPM package. You remember I showed you guys the Node.js NPM packages that are already available, like the one we're using for email verification that many SaaS use. So there is one JavaScript Node.js package that is called Cheerio. So what Cheerio library does is that you can send it the whole HTML of a website, and you tell it parse it and make it into Markdown or simplified HTML or sanitized text. So this way we send it to Cheerio for restructuring the bad HTML or the disorganized content. Cheerio formats it in a proper way that we can send it to the AI. And then we use, if you guys remember, in one of our sessions, we did structured output with AI models, where we send to the AI model all our fields, the JSON field that are coming from Directus or coming from your database or even manually, and we tell it, this is the content formatted, sanitized by Cheerio. These are the fields. Find the relevant data out of this content and push it into my field. So we will use AI to match the content so that now we don't need to look at the CSS selectors because it will be a semantic match. That's the plan. So the Cheerio part, we're getting there. We need to adapt a few things on our RTILA side to push it there. And then we will work on the AI side to treat that data.
Okay, just one other question. So when you've got everything to 100%, what are we talking about speed-wise? So say, for instance, I look at a page, I click the button, are we talking it takes a long time to parse, or does it take 5 seconds?
That's the great thing. We were worried about that, but because Cheerio is using server-side processing, not the browser side. So if we had to do it on the browser side, it would take like 25 seconds, 30, 40 seconds, and then, of course, we will get bored, yeah? And also it can crash. It can crash the browser because it's too much CPU, CPU and RAM used inside the browser. But server side, we can use multi-CPU processing, multi-core, and we can use more RAM more efficiently. So it takes like to parse the data and then send it to Twilio and get back the content for, let's say, 1,000 words website. That takes like just a couple of seconds, like 3 to 4 seconds. 5 seconds. So that will be like manageable.
Okay, and this process, it's not going to cost any extra because you're using obviously...
Exactly. You guys will benefit from the NPM package, and then you can send the whole structured output query to LLaMA 3.2 on your computer. Yeah. And then the AI will do the match for you. So we will get the same benefit as those AI automation tools that do the matching for you, but you pay per query. We will catch up to them. Again, with the free or cheap, very cost-efficient method. So we are late in that market, but hopefully we will catch up with the economics. So timeline, Eli, we have some urgencies still to deal with this month. We have many things delayed on your projects. So we're going to catch up this month and maybe until the first 2 weeks of August. So this Cheerio command will come, I think, around end of August or September, when we would have cleared the way. And then it will come like handy because it will be the moment where we will be accelerating enrichment and accelerating semantic and AI use. So it will come along with the AI use, especially local AI.
Yeah, can I just explain to everybody, especially people that are new here? Usually, as it is, sometimes it's hard to find the selectors when we're looking on a web page and we want to scrape a web page. And sometimes, depending how complex that page is, it could take 10 minutes, it could take 30 minutes, depending on the page itself, how complex it is or pages. So what Mohammed is doing, instead of us having to physically look in code and whatever else that we may need to do to find anything on a complex page, he's doing things in a way where you click one button and it does it all for you within seconds. So he's saving us a huge amount of time when we're looking for particular information, and then for us to set it so it can start scraping. Sometimes it takes time before you can start scraping, because you get to a difficult page. Trying to find the selectors can be quite tricky, difficult, and especially for if you're a beginner or a lay mentor, it could be a bit tricky. But what Mohammed is now doing is you click one button and it does it all for you.
Yeah,
And
that's where we're
that's
going. So
significant.
yes, sorry. So it will have maybe especially at the beginning, Eli, and maybe we need to click two things because we made the initial tests. First click is to look at your directors table, and it will pull all the fields, like for example company name, phone number, fax number. It will pull all that schema, and then you click a second button that will send that schema with the content of the HTML to the server side that does the processing with the AI, and then it comes back to RTILA, and then RTILA puts it in your directors immediately. So because it knows that this is a new company and I know where to put the company name, and this is a phone number, I know where to put it, and this is the street address, I know where to put it. So that's how it will work, maybe 2-3 clicks, but then the data will come directly into your container. That's the idea. So we'll work on that.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Any questions, anybody? Because maybe that's quite a lot to take in. Just be honest. Just put your hands up and say something.
I've got a question on that, Mohammed. That's we just went through and spent some time on a pretty complex website with multiple loops and whatnot.
Yes.
Are you saying this is going to take over some of that front end research, or
Yeah,
what part of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The part we were doing with you and Anand, where we look at the CSS selector and this is not the resilient and this one is not resilient, and that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
That part will be accelerated by this command.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The pagination, we have an ID that we want to use AI, but paginations are still very tricky, especially with the break loop that we worked on. The breaking of the
Sure.
loop sometimes is as difficult as the pagination loop. So once we stabilize this Cheerio, because CSS selector is what takes the most time, like Eli was saying, that's where you spend sometimes 45 minutes just on finding the CSS selector for one entity. Yeah? So we're starting with that. But then definitely we want to build an AI assisted pagination loop building. That's what we want to do. Where you just speak, you say, this is the website where I have the listings. The pagination is at the bottom using numbers. Figure out how to click the next page and scrape for me all the elements on each page. So that's where we want to go to, natural language processing, NLP, for you guys to type in what you want, and then the AI will help. So AI will help create the underlying RTILA syntax. That is a bit complicated for us to do it as humans, because we have all these syntaxes and stuff. So we will train
Sure.
and have a guidance for the AI to do that hardcore work of matching the RTILA syntax out of what you tell it in a human language.
Well, that's phenomenal. There's, as we were talking, there's sometimes even more than one that you can choose. Will there be any type of qualitative assessment between even getting the same data different ways, or that's a lot to figure out?
That's a good question, and that's where we will teach you a mechanism that we are using for ourselves. Is that when you create these new entries, you create them as draft. You don't publish them to your so you can create a new post on WordPress and you keep it as draft. Yeah. And then we can send a new query, a new bot that verifies the relevance of the data in the fields. So that would be like a relevance checking bot that uses AI. And then if it finds a score that is 90% qualitative, then it will hit publish. If it doesn't find a good score, it will kind of escalate or send an email to the website owner, say, these fields are not matching, you need a human to review that. So that's the idea on how we can deal with that buffer.
Excellent. I didn't even realize you were working on that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, no, actually Eli kicked it off because we suffered. It took us a long time. It was painful. So we already have the JavaScript that kind of, so we have what we have working already is the algorithm and the logic and the JavaScript code to look at a web page and recognize repetitive tabular data and recognize all the columns and all the rows and build the table and the data extraction for RTILA. That we already have it. Now what we need to work on is how can we process that on the server side, and then how to send it to the AI, and then how to match the semantic data to the fields, either in Google Sheet or the fields in Directors, or the fields in RTILA properties. That part is a bit tougher, so that's why it will take us a bit more time. So yes, once we've been a bit delayed by the Google Chrome bug and the macOS changes, so that has slowed us down. But I think once we can remove those painful, time-consuming back-end work that you guys don't see, but that takes us away from serving you, we will come back and we will accelerate custom commands development, because with vibe coding now, and I think Keval is going to come up with some custom commands very soon, because we did a session on vibe coding. So a lot of nice, powerful, easier to use custom commands will come your way, hopefully, very soon. So I think we covered quite well. I'm happy to see that there is interest in the solution suites, so WordPress suite, and then we will do the GHL suite. So let's, if there is no additional question, Eli, maybe I can move to the next and last slide, and then we have the question and answers at the end as well.
Yeah, definitely. There's no one leaving any questions.
Cool. So again, preparing, just announcing to you guys something. So in the challenges we had with Chrome, and by switching to Brave, we actually find the benefit is that with Brave, we can log in to ChatGPT web version and automate the web interface of ChatGPT, so that we can use unlimited free AI credits on the web interface, because on the API side you have to pay per query. And also there's a second reason. We're working on a project with Wouter, where sometimes the web interface gives you a more qualitative answer than the API answer. And the web interface sometimes gives you, how you call it in English, styling. Like it makes it bold and it makes a yellow color and you put an emoji. So sometimes the content that is created on the web interface is more, how you call it, appealing visually. And we have now, this is a test template that we will share with you guys soon. We have now a way where we can send a prompt and then look at the answer that comes after it, send another prompt, and it's called, you see here, it's called conversation turn. Turn 1, turn 2, that's how they qualify it in their web interface. So this will come handy for when you guys need a quick and more visually appealing AI input to enrich your data. We can use this. So that's one more thing. And the last thing for today, let's take some questions, if any, or maybe even some guidance, guys, complaints as well. Yes, Ryan, please.
I was just going to see if anybody else is noticing this, because it kind of goes along with what you were just saying, the difference between the API and the web. I'm also noticing a difference of speed of computation with ChatGPT between desktop and mobile on my phone. Is anybody else experiencing that?
Is it slower or faster on the phone?
It's faster on the phone.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not sure if it's just what I have, like if I have too much stuff open on my desktop, or if there's something that's gated or something different between how they have it set up on their side. So I was just curious if anybody else has noticed anything.
Yeah, actually, we discussed this. I don't know if you guys saw the podcast series we're doing with Neil Halley. He will come and present himself, and we discussed about this point. So what I was saying in that podcast was that I noticed that because I'm in Mauritius, when I'm using AI models while the Americans and the Canadians are connected during their daytime, it's very slow. When the Americans go to sleep, the AI becomes faster for the rest of the world. So that's what I noticed. It was a time zone, not a device difference. But Ryan, I think I understand what you're saying, and it's definitely possible.
Well, there's definitely a formatting difference in terms of how it works with the canvases and whatnot. So I didn't know since it's formatted differently, if maybe there was if that affected the rest of it. So yeah, just food for thought. So
Ryan, just a question. Did you try the same prompt on the desktop and on a phone? The same, exactly the same.
So I actually have the exact same chat opened on 3 different devices, 2 different desktops and a mobile. And so I'm going back and forth and just kind of experimenting with it. So
no. I was thinking the same prompt, because sometimes on the phone you don't type too much. On the computer you can do a lot more. You can type a lot more. Maybe the prompt is the problem. The bigger prompt.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to experiment with that. I appreciate it. I think though it's what I'm noticing is it's even with a lot of repetitive work, because I'm doing some of this where it's the exact same work over and over in terms of what I'm creating. So even on that, it differs for download speeds and canvas creation and things like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mohammed, can I have sorry.
Yes, yeah, you can, and then or Keval first, whichever you prefer.
No, Keval, go ahead. Sorry.
Consider you can go ahead. No worries.
Yeah, no, but I'm out of the loop here. Just a silly question. When you said, Mohammed, a lot of times you must train the AI. What exactly is training AI? How do you do it?
Yeah, so you're right, and actually you're highlighting one of the biggest confusions that can happen. So we should not say train the AI, because train the AI, only the big companies can do it when they have a data set and then they train the AI from scratch. That's training. What I was trying to refer to, and I make that mistakes a lot, is fine-tuning. So fine-tuning is different. Fine-tuning is a model has already been trained on billions and billions of parameters. So it understands human language, it understands all the concepts. And then you have a data set, you have a specific data set like your data set, and then you will have some logs, you will have some customer inputs and outputs. And that data of yours for that specific industry can become a feed to fine-tune that AI to work better in that business activity. That's what I was referring to. It's fine-tuning an existing trained model to perform better for a specific use case in a specific industry based on your data set.
I see. And every company can do it for themselves. No?
And I think that's the biggest value we can bring to enterprises, because they don't even realize they have data, and then they don't know that their data can train an AI model. And sorry, I should not say train. Their AI can fine-tune the AI model, and the AI model can become 3, 4, 5 times more performant for their data set, because it understands their logic. And then also this becomes a capital in the company, because they own a digital asset. It's an AI fine-tuned model. So they can sell it, they can rent it, they can leverage it in their financials. So as soon as we complete the loop of our, that's why we spend so much time, Bozidar, on let's make the relationships very good. Let's add the tags. Let's create relation between people, companies, categories, logs, errors, success. Because we know that if we do that correctly now, even if it's painful right now, after 1 year of data, you will have a fantastic data set that is large enough, semantic enough to fine-tune a model. Because if you try to fine-tune a model with 1,000 lines of data or 1,000 documents, it will have such a poor impact that it will make the AI model dumber. It's like a counterproductive threshold that you need to surpass.
Okay. Hey, great.
So we're getting there. It's maybe a plus 1 year for us, but selling a fine-tuned model or fine-tuning a model for a client, that's something that you can charge $50,000, because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of activities.
I know.
I have a friend actually. We started this from. He's a South African guy. He sold the fine-tuned model for $150,000 while waiting for his plane in the airport. So he got into a discussion.
There is a business. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, there is. It's I think it's underserved, and also enterprises, they don't know it yet. So we will have to kind of evangelize and bring the awareness that this is possible, especially for local companies, because they have PDFs, images, They don't want to send them to ChatGPT. But if you come and
Right.
say, guys, I can leverage your files in your local network, and I have the GPU, I can bring my GPU and so on, that will open that door.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Keval, please come in.
Yeah, hello. So I think thanks for those WordPress. I think I'm definitely going to try those WordPress command.
Super.
And then I was playing bit more with the directors command. Then I think because of that M2M relation bug, I was not able to import data. But what I did is like I just wrote a Python script to import those data into the directors.
Very
So I
good.
was able to like import around like 2,000 records using Python. So now after that, I was running like enrichment command, URL enrichment, and that is like giving very hard time. Like it is just crashing all the
Yeah,
right.
so that's what we're working on. You know,
Correct.
we are having, so when you grab URLs from Google Map or Trustpilot, a website have URLs, but so many of these URLs are either old and they've been bought by some domain bots, you know, and then they put websites with a lot of ads, or sometimes even porn websites, you know, or sometimes hacking websites. So I noticed that there is about 10% of those websites, up to 30%, when we scrape Google Map, that crash the browser. And Keval, we already identified 500 crashing websites. And that's what I don't know if you came in on time, but there was a slide about the progress. So we kind of made good progress for the crashing websites. Now we're dealing with the false positive, where a website was safe, but then RTILA is saying it's an error. So hopefully we need another couple of days, and then we will release that, Keval. There will be a new enrich from URL that is much more resilient coming soon.
Yes. Okay. So when you say like it is like crash proof, and we are identifying those websites which are to prevent the crash. So is it like we are creating a kind of a blacklist where it is ignoring those sites, or is there a like more solid mechanism that can handle any kind of website?
Yeah, let me show you. Maybe I can show you some example. I'll share my screen because we're working very hard on that with Eric, and he authorized us to show you guys. Let me know if you see my screen, please.
Yeah, we can.
So with German language, it's even harder because German language has so many umlauts and special characters, and sometimes they have them in the URL, in the domain name, and it crashes the browser because it uses this language called Punycode. I don't know if you heard about that, Keval, Punycode. So we built,
Yeah.
So we had to handle Punycode as well in our command now. But you see here, for example, we're starting to get some good stable results. Here we're starting to get the enriched data, all the socials and the emails, and it's starting to be stable. But every 50 website, every 100 website, it's crashing still. Last time it was crashing more often. And when it does, what we do is that we go to a company, and here the status. So when the bot starts, it will mark it as started by VPS1 or whichever bot you have. And then we have here, once we have an error, it will mark it as web error to be confirmed by a human. And also we have here the analysis that we got from RTILA. So here actually there was content that was crashing the website, and to prevent the crash, RTILA escaped to a different URL. But in other instances, I can show you here, discard changes. I want to show you an example where there was another type. Not here. Let's look for success. Yes, let's look at this one. So you see here you have the network error, or the network indicator 200. That means that everything was good. Yeah, and it was a success. Let me show you another example. If I go to this one, this one has success, but it also tells you the redirections. It went through a 301 redirection and then landed on a 200, and it was a redirection from this initial URL, and it's an internal redirection, and actually it's HTTP to HTTPS. You see here? So it has some qualitative, how you call it, information as well. And you can improve it once you have the command, you can improve it with your own markers, your own patterns detection, Keval. So you will be able to make it more adapted to your use cases.
Okay, that's good. I mean, like that worked very fantastic for few like 20, 30 domains. It captured all the details and everything. After that, once it started crashing, I think then it looks like it's stuck with the same website which is crashing it.
Yeah, that's actually what we built in the new template, is that when it crashes once and you relaunch it, it will mark it as web error so that it doesn't, if not, you're stuck in that loop with the same website crashing your automation. So we solved that. We did a mechanism that is, if there is still one that is processing, that means that it's an error from the former run. So we mark it as error, and now it moves to the next valid websites. So sometimes one URL is blocking 100 that are good behind it.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's
okay.
Also we
that's good
it.
to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Let's bring up the big screen. Stop presenting. Alan, you're here, and we're also moving forward with the scrapping. Also, Alan, every first dataset has been so challenging, guys. We're all learning in step by step with small things that we are customizing, and I think without noticing, because or thanks to all your individual projects, we upgraded about 20 plus commands just to adapt RTILA to your use cases, because these are things that we didn't notice before, we were not exposed to, and we just started to get exposed to it when trying to scrape the data for you guys. So as much as it's a painful process, it's at least for all of us a good improvement for the near future.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Alan, for bearing with us. And yeah, Keval, please go ahead. Keval, you're too polite. You're much more polite than.
No, sorry. I think I just by mistake raised the hand, but I think you answered all my questions. Thank you.
Okay, cool, excellent. Okay, where are we in the timing? We've done 1 hour. Yeah, that's not bad.
Mohammed, can I just jump in just quickly? There's something I wanted to ask you also, as well as the community. I've been approached by the community about this contact, being able to go via contact web calls by the forms on the websites, and I'm meeting someone on Sunday to help them out, but I don't know if the community wants me to put something together. Some of you may be in a situation of marking yourself and being ready to reach out to potential customers. Contact form, some of you just don't know, maybe is on your website. You know, when you go to the contact us page and you have those forms, you're able to contact people in mass via the forms. So I don't know if anybody would be interested. I'm able to contact people by a minimum of 5 million contacts a day. So that's 5 million potential people every single day to 15 million. So it's possible to contact 5 to 15 million in a day. Using one server, it's 5 million. Using about 5 servers, it's about 15 million.
Eli, I bought the program yesterday. GSA.
Nice.
GSA, you're talking about
right.
GSA, yeah. And today, my, Mohammed.
Yes.
My young assistant, he made me a program, or in RTILA to do the search and find the contact page.
Yes.
I know that GSA can also do it, but I tried to do it with RTILA, and it was a success. But it crashes here and there. It crashes. I don't know why.
So you will benefit from this enrich from URL, because
absolutely I want to do it because it's the only way to reach the people. I have we developed software for mass email. You know, you can send millions of emails.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but the spam is the problem. Here you don't have any spam.
Yeah, so let me show you something about that, Bozidar, that you will find in the new template. I hope this website has it. Yeah, you see here, we started with this URL for this website. We find the contact page. And we find the Impressum page. You know, in Germany, they have to have Impressum, and in the Impressum page about the privacy policy, there's also contact details.
Okay, so we worked for nothing.
No, it's okay. You can continue, you can improve it, or use this one, and then directly feed it into your directors. And then the next step, Bozidar, is that.
But it's already the template is already outside. Can we use it or not?
We have the first template that is online that doesn't have the contact page finding, but the new template we will release over the weekend.
But the new template for map scraping.
No. Let me show
map
you.
scraping.
This one. Do you see my screen? Is my screen up?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So in the marketplace here,
yes.
There is URL enrich from URL. Where is it?
Enrich from
yeah. This one we will update it. And we will update it, and it will catch the contact URL, the Impressum URL. So you will be able to use that. And then the next step is that we will do another bot. And Eli, please guide us if this is the right way. We'll do another bot that comes to directors and find all the organizations that do have a URL in contact page. And we'll go to the contact page and check, is it a form? Is it a WordPress form? Is it a Shopify form? Is it does it have CAPTCHA or not? Does it have some protection, you know? And then we will have like a quality test or pre-organization test to see and classify all our contact pages. That's the idea we have. And then you can feed it to that software. You can create like groups of pages and feed it to that software.
Okay. Here is even here is even better, because maybe you can have also the name with the contact form. Because now I have only a contact form, so I can reach them via also, you know, personalization. I can't do personalization.
Yeah. So we will do that in different ways. We have another project we're going to release soon. We have two actually, one that goes to Apollo and one that goes to lead reach or something, reach lead, which is like Apollo. So we can, once you have the company name, we go to that website, we find the person name, and then we know that that person is the CEO. Then you come back and you can use hello Gregor, you know, like we did. Hello, Mr. Gregor.
Yeah, Gregor, that's right. Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Gregor. I think you'd be interested in that. So we will be able to personalize as well.
Okay. Do you also do the personalization, Eli?
Yeah, definitely can do the personalization. To be honest, most of the time I just use the website and didn't personalize most of the time. The reason being is because I found a way to be able to blast out 5 million minimum in a day.
Yeah,
so but you can't go wrong, but you cannot go wrong with personalization. You have a far higher comeback when it comes to personalization. But because I knew how to, and I perfected how to be able to blast out to 5 million, 10 million, even 15 million, depending on your resources, and the great thing is with you can use AI with GSA, as well as if you put it together with what Mohammed's gone, it could be very powerful. But yeah, there is an art in using the software and putting things together, because you've got to look into getting proxies, and you've got to be careful what proxies you're using, the right proxies, and you've got to clean your list, and there's loads of things. So it's putting it all together. The only reason how I can do 5 million is because of the process I went through. And eventually when I finished with my process after a week and everything was clean, I had a ascending success of 90% minimum.
That's huge.
Whoa.
Yeah, most people, when they're using GSA, they usually fail by about 70%. Your list will fail, and most people are happy with that, because if you're in a position to send 500,000 in a day, 90% failure rate, you still got a serious amount. But I wasn't happy with that. I thought that's leaving a lot of money on the table. So I lived and breathed the stuff, and went to the best people in the business and did a lot of tests and etc. And I was able to go through a cleaning process, get things right, and I had a failure rate of less than 5%.
I see.
So-
What was your idea exactly? To offer some kind of course or for us?
No,
or?
not necessarily. Just maybe just doing a video, being everybody being on in one day, and just showing you quickly what I did and what
Absolutely.
settings and etc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's organize that. Maybe we can even do it together and
Yeah,
and
it
invite
could be
you
a
guys.
great value for all the group.
Yeah, I mean, it would be exclusively just for this community. That's what it would be for.
Okay.
Just to get it, and then, you know, if things are successful and people are interested outside that, I may take it further. But you know, it was, you know, I want to add something. I mean, Mohammed has just been adding so much value, and I thought to myself, well, this is something I can give, you know, knowledge to people to how to reach out to people in the mass. And mass is not necessarily the best thing, but the thing is, if you know how to do it in mass, which is very, very difficult, then when you niche down, then maybe you just want to contact 1,000 people because you want to get the right people with the right names and etc., which is the best way to do it. Then you're in a position of pressing that button and you can contact 1,000 people in literally, it won't take more than 20 seconds.
Yeah, and this is much better than cold emails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and it's much better than emails. And I'll tell you why it's much better than email, because what you're doing, you're sending a message on the back of their email.
That's right. Yeah,
And their email is trusted. So
there's a greatness. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Thank
very
you, Eli.
powerful.
Yeah. Thank you, Eli.
Let's organize that, Eli,
Okay,
and then we send
thanks.
the date to our community, and then we jump on a dedicated
Yeah.
call. And happy to see that the community is contributing. So Eli is offering something of high value, and maybe even Eli, you need to also propose paid services on top of that. Like,
well, I'll tell you what, I
everything
can. The only paid thing I would do, I mean, I'll show you all my knowledge so you can do exactly what I can do. But I've got a huge list. I think I've got about 5 million websites, a list of websites, and maybe I'll sell that.
Yes,
You
that's a
know,
data set. That's a
but
data set. Yeah.
but other than that, I mean, because of that's quite expensive to get. So, you know, I don't mind giving that dirt cheap to everybody, but the knowledge, I won't hold nothing back. By the time I show you bits and pieces, you should be able to do the same thing I am doing. We're just using one server. So just like Mohammed, his mindset is trying to be as efficient as possible. I don't want to be spending silly monies. I want to be doing it as cheap as possible. And all you should need is just one Windows server, which you can get really cheap. And you need proxies. Now, proxies can be quite expensive. Sometimes it usually, for you to get 100 proxies, it can cost you £70 a month. But I've found a way to get them down to about, I think about £4 a month.
£4.
Yeah, because I know the kind of proxies that are needed. So I was able to get 100 proxies for around about £4, something like that. So my whole thing is about being efficient, whatever, and then using those proxies to the maximum without burning them out. And also, I found the service, when you're using the proxies, you can refresh your proxies every single day. Because the trick is you end up burning your proxies and doing certain things to minimize the amount of proxies you burn, but then refresh them the next day and have new proxies. And I believe you can still get that for about $3 a month. I found a way of doing that. So look, there's loads of things that go together. It's not just the software, but it's the technique, the process, what you need to do with your list, when to do certain things, what to say in your campaign when you're messaging people, because you've got to be careful, how to spin the message, etc., etc. So there's loads of things. It's just like anything that Mohammed's showing you. It's not one thing, but it's a platitude of things.
That sounds very powerful, Eli. Well done, and happy to see these contributions. And I was going to get to segue, and then Keval and Bozidar, I will give you the parole in French.
No, nice try.
Yeah. So there's also somebody. I think Zach is your microphone is on. Zach.
Yeah.
There is also Cyrus is sharing with us a big database, and Cyrus will also have an offer for the community. We will be making some progress on it over the weekend on the modalities. But Cyrus will also offer something in terms of leads database. So I think between you, Eli, and Cyrus, we're going to have quite a good massive amount of leads that will be shared with the community for maybe free for a certain amount, and then a premium option so that all of us we can make money. And Zach, hopefully you're also one of the icebreakers for the monetization side. So happy. And there is also Alain, Eli. Alain from Paris. He has been quiet. Sometimes he's here watching. Alain and Emily, who are doing the same setup as us with Directors and RTILA in the back end, but they have the Chrome extension that I showed you last time, guys, for the real estate industry or for marketing. So they are also maybe soon sharing something. So yes, Cyrus, I see you're in and out, but I was just saying that you may have an offer for the community very soon. We need to work on it. So let's, yeah, Keval, please, you've been raising your hand. Hello, Keval?
No, I think I just have to take it off. I don't know. One second.
Let's see if I can bring the...
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
it's done, yes. So Cyrus, you're having same electricity problem as me. So the AI find you. It went from Mauritius to your location to the US. Okay, so let's take Bozidar. Bozidar, please, your hand.
Sorry, it was a mistake. I just wanted to do the thumbs up, and I think
no
I raised the
problem.
hand. No, it was a mistake. All clear, thanks.
Superb. So let's see if there is any hands raised or chat here. Eli, did we miss anything in the chat? Yes, Cyrus said power outage. Oh yes, Zach, you didn't know Americans were slowing the world's Wi-Fi? I think the from a cultural perspective, I think Zach, we touched upon this when we were talking in West Palm Beach. But I think me being born and raised in France, the French culture is not an early adopter culture. It's not a risk-taking culture. It's like risk-averse, very bureaucratic, very controlled manner. They will adopt a product like after 5 years after everybody adopted it. But the American culture, like the people, you tell them, hey, I have a startup, I'm doing this, we're just starting from scratch, would you like to participate? When I was doing this in the streets in California, 8 out of 10 people in the street, they tell me, yes, I want to be part of your startup, I want to be a beta user. I didn't find that kind of level of participation in other cultures. So that's why I think when OpenAI launched and they reached the 1 million users in 1 month, I guess it was 80% Americans, I think.
Yeah, there's a book that I've read and listened to now that is an incredibly powerful book about building network businesses. It's called The Cold Start Problem.
The cold start problem?
A gentleman who, with the last name Chen, wrote it, Chen, and he was one of the folks who I guess was part of Uber as it was being developed, and a few other very big unicorns, as they call them. And he now works at Andreessen Horowitz, one of the big private equity firms. But it's a really incredible book about how adoption of technology tools, and it makes sense that people in California would be very quick adopters because they've seen many people become billionaires from adopting technology quickly and investing in the company before everyone else knew about it.
True. I think there's so many good stories there. Yes. And also, I think
Yeah,
the
San
legal-
Francisco in particular is a place where so many things are built.
Yeah, that's where I was. I was in Palo Alto, and Palo Alto
Oh,
is
yeah.
kind of considered also in the Bay, where I think that's where Y Combinator is actually. I went to visit.
Yeah.
But also, I think you have a legal system in America where you have a flexibility of giving shares that do not take away the decision making of the founders, but still reward the early adopters. So you can give shares to people, but in France, to give shares, you may end up in court because there is no proper way of giving like stock keeping units or like how you call it. There's different terms, notes. That is very evolved in the US.
Yeah. It's I'm actually working on doing some of that with Honore right now.
So
Because he's done so much great work for us. I'm sorry, not to get into his business, but yeah, it's a powerful motivating force if you can give even a small amount of equity.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a valuable tool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's what I meant by Americans were slowing down the internet. So here somebody said very painful. Oh, Tayo. He realized two things. Memory is over 90% and had to clean it up to 50%. When a chat is too much, you need to leave. Oh yes, when you use the ChatGPT web interface, yes, definitely you need to clear the memory, reload the page. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, I think we covered all the chats. Yeah. Are we getting to the Sayonara Avenue?
I think we are. And I must admit, I am looking forward to the next time that we all meet. Hopefully I can bring value to all. I keep on saying how the community is really important at helping each other. And I'm glad my time is coming up with that regard. So thank you, Mohammed, as always.
Yes, and sorry, there's Alan raising his hand before you expedite.
Oh, is he? Alan, you ready to talk?
Yes. Greetings, everybody. Yeah, Mo, I just wanted to ask if I could get you a question after you leave. I didn't want to interrupt the sayonara, but I did have a quick question for you after the call.
Why don't you have to? Do you want to speak now? Yeah, I don't mind.
I think it's about
No, it's something
It's a personal level.
yes,
Okay.
no, yes, of course.
Yes.
Right after the call, please beat me and we jump on a quick call.
Okay. Or I can hang around here, whichever works best.
I usually have to close this so that the recordings and stuff they start.
Gotcha.
And then I'll
Okay,
send you
sounds
another
good. That's
link.
better.
Yeah, I'll send you another link
Okay.
right after in the next minutes.
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay, Alan.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Nice seeing everybody.
Yes.
Nice one.
Please, for you, Eli, to resume.
Yeah, so just thank you for everyone coming. Thank you for the community coming together. Remember, we all have unique skills. So whenever we see an opportunity where we can share those skills, it's important to do so. Remember, we're receiving a huge amount of knowledge, even though it can be overwhelming. But at least there are people to help us through those stages. So please help with your own skill set when you can see it can help the community. So with that said, Mohammed, sayonara.
Sayonara. Sayonara, everybody. Good day. Shalom.
Bye.
Thank you.
Sayonara.
Bye, everyone.
Arrivederci.
Yes.